and Charles Davis.
The coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, is still a bit warm here in Florida.
I got hitters, Woody.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
No question at all about his talent, and that's been on display since his first game as a starter at Florida State.
No copyright.
On a Monday night, the whole country watching. Philly missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and won the national championship as a freshman.
A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And now the ball's out.
We gotta have it.
But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Winston on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Right there. 55.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
That's a good cut run. That's how it's
going nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is Murray. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Somebody was playing
some
zone.
hot water now after that sack.
It's
2nd and 21. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down.
I'll read my dude to the bound.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run. This is Kamara. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for his Saints' 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down.
I threw that bitch right.
Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over
dropping into the
at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now,
I would have read the damn play.
1st and 10.
He would have went to the play.
Following the interception, Winston. He completes it to Evans. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Winston. And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. 20, 10, 5. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. Blue lady.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They go play action. Winston on a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's how we do it, baby.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. After the sack on first down, Winston. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
3rd and long for Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, mistakes happen.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They'll drop to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now back to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, man.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to loft one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
And
a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got Evans. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Draw play, Winston to Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
2nd and 5 now. Winston, blitz coming, and down he goes.
Big hit all day. Sack City, baby.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team.
What? How did he even get a boost? Like, he was running faster than my dude.
And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. From the gun, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Faster than me.
Throwing, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
They get a ton of animation always taking time now.
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Winston.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
Throwing again on second down. Winston, complete to Jones. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jameis again. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys. And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on the...
It's a foot race. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Winston now. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The intended target was Chris Godwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the 2nd half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw here. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. Pressure too much. Down he goes. The 305-pound Indomitian Sue fighting the path to the QB there.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Absolutely going toe for toe. Just curious if one thing I just get mad at for when playing the ball.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by
I thought he was going to have him beat, bro.
Charles, whatever's going on between
no time getting that ball out there.
It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part.
And oh, that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Kamara. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
I hate this shit.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run here. It's Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Hill. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Also going on up in Charlotte. The Raiders have moved out in front in that ball game. Derek Carr, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Winston connecting with Howard.
He should have been breaking on there, though. He should have. I shouldn't even have to turn to him for him to be right there. Probably
there, 26 yards. From the red zone now, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just too hard. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Good shit, dude.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Held him up
now
longer.
We're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second down and goal. Winston, rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off,
all right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out on onto the field comes New Orleans. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like...
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there.
Damn, I thought
and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Kamara. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit desperate.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
From a yard out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Looking to throw. No, bottle about fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people who can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in the day.
Well, you probably could have. If you'd run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jameis to throw it. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
He's got Evans. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. To throw again on second down. Winston firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
You asleep.
On the ground, Kamara. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I can't understand you.
Running with Kamara. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Who's it?
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Done by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall.
Come out of this game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but
he was on my speaker.
Get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular
fucking horrible. I said you was on my speaker.
You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for New Orleans, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.
You got a whole nother 3-4 days. What you got? How long have you last?
3
ain't got no.
Actually, I started Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, like yesterday was Tuesday, today's Wednesday, like the 4th day. So, yeah. I just need to get through one more thing. And probably a day or so.